PBC is destroying the boxing game in a good way by a landslide. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I had to make this video, and you have to watch. Subscribe to the channel. I told you I'm going to be back with the Ego thoughts and unpopular opinion. And that's just where I freestyle videos, talk about topics that are not necessarily being reported on, just things that I personally want to talk about. One of those subject matters is boxing and the state of boxing, because I see a lot of people and they're saying stuff like, oh, boxing's lit, boxing's popping, oh, boxing, this is such a great year. 2023 is the year that just keeps on giving. And the reality of that is it is because premier boxing champions, PBC, Al Haymon, Steven Espinoza, that is the reason why people are so satisfied with boxing, and I will explain. That's not to say that nobody else has any good fights. I'm not saying that, because Gervonta versus Jaime Munguia turned out to be a good fight. This weekend, I am looking forward to Virgil Ortiz versus Amantis Stanionis. Those are two Golden Boy fights that I just named. We had Devin Haney versus Lomachenko on Top Rank, solid. We had a fight with Josh Taylor, Teofimo, solid. But you take all non-PBC related fights in 2023, and if that was the only thing made available, and you guys got to pay attention. They say I talk a little fast, so you listen real fast. I ain't got to slow down for you catch up. So listen to what I'm saying. If this year, if there was no PBC, meaning every PBC affiliated, so that would include Stephen Coolboy Fulton, because he's an Al Haymon advised fighter, and Nao NOA is working with Top Rank. But if you didn't have the cooperation of Coolboy Fulton's people, or if Al Haymon didn't release him to allow him to fight on ESPN, whatever the case may be, then we wouldn't get that fight. So that is a great fight, but it's also per Al Haymon. He has a hand in that fight. So we can't, excluding all fights like that with any PBC Al Haymon influence, boxing would be trash. There would not be throngs of people who are exclaiming and anticipating and hyped and happy with boxing if PBC was not in the fold. It just, that's the reality as I see it. And I know what I'm saying. And I know not one of y'all in the comment section is going to prove me wrong, because let's take a look at it. The biggest fights this year, the biggest, most anticipated fights have all, PBC has had a hand in all of them, primarily, like 99% of them. So David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, long-standing beef, you know, happened on my birthday. Shout out to the Aries. We real headstrong, real stubborn, you dig? Canelo's going to be fighting Charlo. People seem to be very happy with that. Jermell Charlo, undisputed versus undisputed. Of course, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. I mean, that's kind of common sense. Long-standing rivalry there, and it promotes and produces a undisputed person. You have Jaron Boots Ennis, who fought in January. You had Rashidi Ellis versus Villa. Now, Jaron Ennis this weekend is fighting against Villa. That's a great fight. You had Gervonta Davis, who's already fought 2 times this year, Ryan Garcia, and before that in January in DC, he fought against Hector Luis Garcia, which was another fight that I was definitely anticipating. Tim Tszyu fought on Showtime twice. You know, I believe the Tony Harrison fight was this year, and then he also fought against Ocampo, good first round knockout. Erickson Lubin, Arias. I mean, there is too much heat. PBC is carrying the sport of boxing. It is what it is. And this is what they feared about that black advisor, Al Haymon. They didn't want Al Haymon to achieve this. People know PBC had a deep roster and stable, and this is what they feared. They feared that Al Haymon and PBC and Showtime could possibly, quote unquote, monopolize the sport, similar to the UFC, how the UFC seems to make the biggest fights for the last decade in mixed martial arts. And that's what we're seeing here. I give credit where credit's due. If Top Rank boasted this type of calendar, if DAZN or whoever else boasted the same, then I would give them the credit. But that's not the case. So I don't live in a fantasy world. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. I don't live in a fantasy world. PBC is carrying the torch, and without any PBC influence fight, I think boxing, people would be saying this is the worst year in boxing. Boxing is dry. This is why the UFC is taking over, etc., etc. And I think one of the main reasons that people don't want to admit what I'm saying, which is oh so apparent, oh so obvious, is because most of the people who won't now admit that PBC is carrying the torch were the ones that try to destroy PBC, old media, and tell you that PBC was broke, PBC had no money. Guys like Eddie Hearn said that PBC was gonna be yesterday's news, out of the sport, out of the game. Showtime's gonna close its doors. People were saying that Paramount Plus was gonna take over Showtime, and Paramount Plus was gonna eliminate Showtime boxing. I seen it all. Al Heyman ran out of money. Steven Espinoza's a weasel. I seen all of the gags and things that they said, especially PBC being broke and things like that. Now, those same people, you gotta leapfrog, and this is why I call them shapeshifters. Now you guys officially see why I call old media shapeshifters, because that's exactly what they do. They'll lie like a rug, and then when they've been proven wrong officially to the point where there's no disputing what's being said, then they switch and shapeshift to a completely different stance. Yeah, but it took long enough for this fight. No, Crawford Spence is a great fight. We still are all gonna watch it as boxing fans. Don't try to switch to something else. PBC, keep doing your thing. It is what it is. They're carrying the sport. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Chetch. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.